Hey, welcome. Every single day, we trust our lives to structures. The bridge you drive over, the office building you work in, even the chair you're sitting on. They're all fighting against incredible forces. So how do we know they're not going to just fail? Well, it turns out it all boils down to answering three fundamental questions.
And that's really the big question, isn't it? How do engineers design stuff that's not only safe but actually works the way it's supposed to under all that pressure? This is the heart of a field called strength of materials, and today we're going to break down its three essential pillars. So here's the game plan. First, we'll lay out the three big engineering questions. Then we're going to dive into each one. What is strength? What about stiffness? And finally, stability. And then we'll wrap it all up by looking at how engineers have to pull off this incredible balancing act.
All right, so when you think about it, this whole incredibly complex field, it really just boils down to a simple checklist. For every single part of a structure, engineers have to check it against three potential ways it could fail.
And here they are: strength, stiffness, and stability. You can think of this as the ultimate safety check. A design has to pass all three of these tests. There are absolutely no exceptions. So let's start with the one you've probably already guessed.
Okay, so the first and most obvious question an engineer has to ask is this. When we put all the expected forces on this thing, is it literally going to snap? Is it going to break apart?
Now that seems pretty simple, right? But in engineering, the word strength has a very specific meaning. So what are we really calculating when we're checking for strength?
Right, so here's the key. A strength check is all about preventing a complete catastrophic failure. It's the test to make sure the material itself can take the load without, breaking, tearing, or just falling apart. This is purely about survival.
And here's how they actually measure it. Engineers calculate these internal forces, which they call stress. It's basically the force trying to rip the material's molecules apart. As long as that internal stress is lower than the maximum stress the material can handle, you pass. But, and this is a huge but, just passing the strength test is not enough.
See, just because a beam isn't going to snap in half doesn't mean it's a good beam. I mean, imagine walking across a floor that feels like a trampoline. Yeah, it's strong enough not to break, but it's totally failing at its job, right? And that brings us to our second check, stiffness.
So, if strength is all about survival, then what's stiffness all about? Well, it deals with a completely different but just as important side of performance.
Stiffness is basically how well something resists changing its shape. We're not talking about breaking here, we're talking about bending, sagging, or stretching too much. This check makes sure the structure isn't just safe, but that it's actually functional and, comfortable for people to be in and around.
And this really hits the nail on the head. Think about it. It's uncomfortable to live in a house where the floor sags when you walk on it, or the roof visibly droops. That sagging roof might be totally strong enough not to collapse, but it feels wrong. It makes you nervous. It fails that comfort and confidence test, and stiffness is what prevents that feeling.
So let's just boil it down to the simplest terms. Strength is about preventing a break. Stiffness is about preventing too much bending. One is about total failure, the other is about performance. Let me give you a classic example where this difference is everything.
Okay, picture this. An engineer is designing a super long beam for one of those big open concept living rooms. They run the numbers for strength, and great news, the beam is plenty strong. It can hold the floor, the furniture, all the people, no problem. It's not going to snap.
But then they run the second calculation for stiffness, and because that beam is so long, even under a normal load, it sags down in the middle way more than the building code allows. That deflection is too big. The floor would feel bouncy, almost unsafe. So, see? It passed the strength check with flying colors, but it completely failed the stiffness check.
So what's the solution? Well, you have to make the beam bigger, taller, probably. Not because you need more strength, but because you need more stiffness to stop that sag. And this happens all the time. In a lot of designs, especially with long spans, it's actually stiffness, not strength, that decides how big that beam needs to be. Okay, on to our final check, and this one is a little bit sneakier.
All right, so we've made sure our structure won't break, and we've made sure it won't bend too much. But there's this third kind of sneaky way that things can fail, and it usually happens to long, skinny parts, like columns. This brings us to stability.
So what is stability, and how is it different from strength? Because with this kind of failure, the material doesn't actually break, but what happens can be just as dangerous.
Stability is all about an object's ability to hold its shape.
It's a very specific kind of failure, where something that's being squeezed or compressed suddenly loses its straight form and just bows out to the side. We call that buckling. And the crazy part is, this can happen even when the stress in the material is way, way below the point where it would actually break.
And this really lays out the perfect recipe for a stability failure. First, you need a long, slender thing, like a tall column in a building, or even just the leg of a chair. Second, you have to push down on it with a compressive force. If that force gets big enough, that column will suddenly just kick out sideways. It hasn't broken, but it's definitely not holding anything up anymore, is it?
Okay, so there you have it, our three pillars: strength, stiffness, and stability. And a good, safe design isn't about just checking one or two of these boxes. It's a true balancing act to make sure a structure passes all three tests at the same time.
And this chart just puts it all together beautifully. For strength, the question is, will it break? And the failure is a rupture. For stiffness, it's, will it deform too much? And the failure is excessive sagging or bending. And for stability, the question is, will it suddenly buckle? And the failure is a complete loss of its shape.
So the big takeaway is this: these three checks are a non-negotiable trifecta. For a structure to be truly safe and reliable, it has to be strong enough not to break, stiff enough to work properly, and stable enough to hold its shape when the pressure is on.
And that kind of leaves us with a final question to chew on. Next time you see a massive skyscraper, one of those super tall ones that actually sways a little in the wind, which of these three pillars do you think is the biggest headache for the engineers who designed it? Strength, stiffness, or stability? It's a really cool puzzle of forces. And now you've got the basic tools to start thinking about it just like an engineer.